Welcome back to your deep dive. Okay, so this time you sent us a really useful audio lesson focused entirely on ordering food in English.
That's right. A very common situation.
Exactly. And our mission today, well, it's pretty straightforward. Pull out the absolute most useful, confidence-boosting phrases from that lesson.
The goal is really to help you feel comfortable, almost automatic, in English-speaking restaurants, cafes, that sort of thing.
Yeah, because have you ever, looked at a menu and felt that little bit of hesitation? Like, what's the exact right way to ask for this?
Happens all the time when you're learning.
So this deep dive is basically your quick guide to feeling, well, totally at ease with it.
It's interesting, isn't it? Ordering food seems so simple, but it can feel like a real hurdle in a new language.
Totally.
And that audio lesson you shared, it does a great job breaking down those key moments. We just want to kind of hammer home those key phrases.
Make them stick.
Make them stick, yeah. So you can use them without even, thinking too hard.
Okay, let's dive in right at the start. You walk into the place, restaurant, cafe, whatever. First thing, usually hello, right?
Yep, simple enough. Hello.
But what's the immediate next step you probably need to be ready for?
Right. So very often you'll hear one or two questions pretty much straight away.
Okay.
Either how many people in your party, or maybe slightly more casual, how many in your group.
Ah, gotcha. Just figuring out the table size.
Exactly. They just need to know how many seats you need.
Yeah.
And the answer is super simple. Just the number. 1, 2, 3, whatever it is.
Nice and easy. Okay, so you're seated. You've maybe glanced at the menu. You're ready. How do you signal that? What are the easiest ways?
Well, the audio lesson gives us a couple of really good direct options. You can just catch their eye and say, I'd like to order, please.
Clear, polite, I like it.
Very. Or you can even be more direct and jump right into your choice, like, can I get the lasagna, please? Or whatever the dish is.
All right, just swap in the dish name.
Exactly. Both are super easy to remember, and they'll work pretty much anywhere.
Okay, but what if, the menu's huge?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
you're just curious, what's this place actually known for? The audio mentioned asking for advice, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is actually a great way to, interact a bit more.
Yeah.
Asking something like, what do you recommend? That's a classic. Or maybe a little more casual. What's good here?
Okay.
They're both fantastic ways to get suggestions from the server. You might end up trying something amazing you wouldn't have picked otherwise.
That's a really good point. And, sometimes places have specials, right? Stuff that's not even on the printed menu.
Definitely. Daily specials, weekly specials.
How do you ask about those?
So the audio lesson suggests a couple of ways. You could ask, are there any specials today? Or even more direct, just what's the special? It's a great way to find out if the chef's trying something new or seasonal.
Good tip. Okay, fast forward. Meal was great. Delicious. Now, the bill. This can be another one of those slightly awkward moments sometimes.
It can feel that way, yeah.
What are the go-to phrases for asking for the check?
The lesson highlights two really common, polite ways. You can say, can I get the check? Perfectly fine.
Okay.
Or maybe just a touch more formal, could we have the bill, please?
Ah, could instead of can.
Exactly. Using could just softens it a tiny bit, adds that little extra politeness. And, of course, always adding please.
Good distinction. Knowing that little difference is helpful. Now, what about, during the meal? You need something. More water, another fork, extra napkins.
Right. Those mid-meal requests.
Yeah. What works there?
Well, this is where those phrases, could I have and can I get, are your best friends, just like the audio pointed out.
Okay.
So you could say, can I get a glass of water? Or could I have some extra napkins? Super clear, easy for the server to understand.
And it doesn't need to be a major thing, right? I think the audio mentioned something really simple, like needing more ketchup.
Exactly. For those little things, could I have some more ketchup, please? It's perfect. It's quick, it's polite, get straight to it.
Makes sense. And the lesson also mentioned using, excuse me. When's the best time to sort of lead with that?
That's a really good etiquette point. Starting with excuse me is great, especially if you need to get the server's attention. Maybe they're busy or not looking your way.
Right. Gets their attention politely.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, can I get the salt shaker? Something like that.
Yeah.
Just a very polite way to initiate that request.
All these phrases, they seem pretty straightforward, and the audio really stressed this idea of taking baby steps to build confidence. Why is that focus on small wins so important, do you think?
Well, it's fascinating, really. It's about momentum.
Yeah.
If you use one of these simple phrases and it works, You get what you asked for. You feel a little buzz of success.
Yeah, like, hey, I did it.
Exactly. And each little success makes you feel more capable for the next interaction. It's like building blocks. Each small win adds to your overall confidence in actually speaking English. The audio lesson really nailed that learning is gradual.
And it also mentions something crucial, making mistakes. What's the takeaway there for our listeners? Because that fear can be paralyzing.
Or absolutely. The core message, and it's so important, is that mistakes are totally normal. They're not just okay. They're actually like a necessary part of learning anything, especially a language.
Right.
Don't let the fear of saying something imperfectly stop you from trying, like the audio suggested. The more you practice, even if you stumble a bit, the more comfortable you'll get. It's about progress, not perfection right out of the gate.
Practice makes, well, not perfect, but definitely better.
Better, exactly. More confident.
The hosts in that audio also really encouraged asking questions. Why is that such good advice, specifically when ordering food?
Asking questions is super useful for a couple of reasons here. First, obviously, if you're unsure about something, maybe an ingredient on the menu or how spicy a dish is.
Yeah, you want to know what you're getting.
Right. Asking clarifies things so you actually get food you'll enjoy. But second, it's fantastic practice. It's real-world listening comprehension and a chance to maybe pick up new words right there in context.
That makes sense. And the lesson kind of wrapped up by connecting this specific skill, ordering food confidently, to feeling more confident in other English situations too. How does that work? What's the link?
Well, think bigger picture, right? If you can successfully handle a common everyday thing like ordering lunch, it proves something to yourself.
Like what?
It proves you can communicate effectively in English in a real situation. That feeling we talked about, it doesn't just stay in the restaurant.
It carries over.
Exactly. It can boost your confidence for asking for directions or making small talk with someone, maybe even speaking up a little in a work meeting. It's about building that foundation and realizing, hey, you know what? I can handle this English thing.
Okay, so let's quickly recap. This deep dive, digging into that audio lesson you sent, has hopefully armed everyone with some really practical, usable phrases for ordering food.
Yeah, covering the whole process, really. From walking in to ordering, asking for things, paying the bill.
Right. So the key takeaway, really, is that you've now got this toolkit. Simple phrases, but powerful ones.
Definitely. Things like, I'd like to order, please, or what do you recommend? Could I have the bill, please? And starting with, excuse me, can I get? Those are great starting points.
Absolutely. So here's the challenge, the practical next step for everyone listening.
Okay.
Next time you're in an English-speaking place, ordering food or even just a coffee, consciously try to use one or two of these phrases we talked about. Just pick one.
Yeah, put it into action.
Exactly. It's the best way to make it feel real and actually build that confidence muscle.
And, that brings up a final thought, something maybe to chew on.
Ooh, nice food pun.
Huh. Unintentional, I swear. But seriously, think about how mastering that seemingly small interaction, ordering your meal without feeling stressed, how that might actually unlock other doors, how it increases your comfort level in general.
Right, like breaking down one small barrier makes the next one seem less daunting.
Precisely. So the question to ponder is, what's one other, maybe equally small, everyday interaction you could consciously decide to tackle next? What's the next baby step to keep building that momentum and, just feeling more capable out there?